Hi everyone. Today we're having presentation on monitoring and migrating pattern of the birds. Let's have a look. So first, what is monitoring? Monitoring is when we trace the birds with any technology, for example satellite, so that can monitor. And what is migration? Migration is when a group of birds move one place to another place, there come migration. And most of the time birds migrate with big groups, so there's almost no birds which migrate by alone. So the question is, how does birds migrate from one place to another place? So the birds usually migrate by groups, like I told you. And the surprising thing is the birds can measure the compass information by sun and the stars. And birds also can detect the Earth's magnetic field by sensing it, which is so surprising for too. And they get information from the sun in the day and from the stars in the night. So, and scientists researched that birds also can smell it for their ways. And they search it, the pigeons can smell it for sure. Next slide. So why does birds migrate? What's the reason to migrate them? So first, there's two reasons. First, the birds migrate because of their foods and when the season change. So it depends on the bird. If a bird live in the cold and in it when the weather will change, so the bird will migrate cold to warming. And if a bird live in warming and the bird, and so if the bird can't be alive in the warming, so it will migrate to the warming to the cold. So the Arctic tern migrate longest migration on Earth, which is 96 kilometers. Next slide. So this is the chart I put it on the was most migration birds. So Arctic tern, like I told you, comes first, 96,000 kilometers. And Sooty shearwater comes at a second, 64 kilometers. And short-tailed shearwater comes at a third, 43 kilometers. And the others. This is the small video I put it for exploring the migration. Let's have a look.
This is the Bird Migration Explorer. It uses banding, tracking, abundance, and genetic data to show you the incredible journeys that migratory birds make between places. And when we're experiencing the cooler months of fall migration in the northern hemisphere, we see this bird travel back south to its winter home. With the Explorer, you can see connections from a location such as Panama Bay, which is a bottleneck for migrating birds. Look up your hometown to see where your local birds have been re-encountered across the hemisphere. You can also learn about the particular challenges a species faces and ways you can take action with the Conservation Challenges map. For example, agriculture has a major footprint across much of the Western Hemisphere, so Audubon and our partners work with farmers and ranchers to design bird-friendly practices. By mapping when and where birds like the Swainson's hawk are exposed to these challenges, we can learn more about how to work with communities on the ground to protect birds and people. The Bird Migration Explorer is the first tool of its kind, a free, interactive digital platform that combines multiple types of migration data. For one, migratory birds need our help. In the past 50 years, we have lost more than 2.5 billion migratory birds in North America. Learning more about their migrations and the challenges they face can help us protect more birds. Migratory birds also don't recognize borders, so international cooperation is key to their survival. And birds tell us about the health of our environment. By protecting birds and the places they need, we also protect the places that people and other wildlife rely on. This platform was a hemispheric collaborative effort. More than 500 peer-reviewed studies contributed from hundreds of individual researchers and institutions went into creating the Bird Migration Explorer. There are so many ways you can use the platform to learn more about the birds you love. So why not try out the Bird Migration Explorer? This is the Bird Migration Explorer.
So here I connected the migration of the bird with kinematics. So let's have a look. So if a peregrine falcon fly at a speed of 180 miles per hour for a 1 year period, how many distance it will cover? So give the answer in the column. So we got a right answer in kilometers. So velocity 1 we found as a 0, and for when the bird flied and the velocity was 0, and velocity 2 is 299.34, and time we have it 1 year. We need distance, and let's analyze the equation. So we will change 186 miles per hour miles to the kilometers per hour, which is 299.34. Also we will convert year to the hours, which is 8,760 hours, and use the distance formula, which is distance is equal to velocity times time. So we did the we did the math, and as we got 2,616,874.8. The statement is in the if a peregrine falcon keeps can fly at the speed of 300 km per hour for a year, it will cover to almost 2.5 million distance. So, and the peregrine falcon is the big. The reason I chose peregrine falcon, because this is the was fastest bird. So this is my environmental impact. So the first, if that it is, I told you there's two types of birds. One move warm to cold, and other move cold to warm. If colder birds left to migrate from cold to warm, it is a big warming to the global warming, because they don't need to migrate because they are having warm already, and that's the warming to the global warming. So the second environment, this is too interesting. Migrating birds affect too much on seed dispersal. So when birds migrates, they spread the seed to the forests and the places where the humans can go, and there's plants comes from by the seas. That's how the this is too interesting and so and helpful for the environment. Next slide. So my social impact on monitoring patterns of the birds. So when the scientists research on the monitoring, so obviously they need people for researching, and that's how like thousands of the people get job, and there's too many problems by solve it says, for government too and for the people too. For example, when the for example the government don't need to care a person, and by giving him and welfare by month and taking care. So that's how it's impact to the social. This is my citation, which is I did MLA, because I don't think so ALA and MLA there's a difference. So I think it's the same thing. So that's I did in MLA. Thank you for my presentation. Thank you.